Frequently, this body recognizes individuals who serve or have served our nation's armed forces. But today, we are celebrating the 100th anniversary of an organization that serves our servicemen and women and many more. 100 years ago, this Friday, March 15th, the American Legion came to life in Paris, France, when war-weary members of the American Expeditionary Forces who fought in World War I gathered for what became known as the Paris Caucus. There, and in the months that followed, they focused on how to support their wounded comrades, honor the fallen, and assist their families, and chart a new course for future service members. Congress rewarded their hard work on September 16, 1919, when it chartered the American Legion as a patriotic veterans organization in service to veterans, service members, and our communities. Today, the American Legion has more than 2 million members and more than 13,000 posts worldwide. The Legion has worked to secure benefits and guard the interests of our nation's military veterans and service members. It created the U.S. Veterans Bureau, the precursor to the Veterans Administration, and today continues its work to secure adequate funding for medical, disability, education, and other benefits for our veterans. The Legion has been an agent for positive change, initiating the GI Bill of Rights, signed into law by President Franklin Roosevelt in 1944. The GI Bill made higher education a reality for veterans, enabling them to get better jobs, improve their standard of living, buy houses, and raise a family. The GI Bill is considered the Legion's single greatest legislative achievement. In the aftermath of Vietnam, the Legion supported a study on the effects of Agent Orange on Vietnam veterans and a full accounting of all American prisoners of war and those missing in action. The Legion was also the largest single contributor to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund for construction of the memorial wall in our nation's capital. The Legion created the Family Support Network to assist families of service members and has consistently fought for the rights of our military servicemen and women. In addition to its work on behalf of veterans and active duty military personnel, the Legion also provides important programs for children and youth. It supported the formation of youth leadership organizations such as the Boy Scouts of America, Boys State, and Boys Nation, which provide tens of thousands of our nation's young people with an understanding of leadership and government. Many of us are familiar with the American Legion baseball program. Created in 1925, more than 80,000 youths play on Legion-sponsored teams each year. And more than half of all Major League Baseball players are graduates of that program. The Legion also sponsors various scholarship programs, such as the National High School Oratorical Contest, which promotes a greater understanding of the United States Constitution and awards thousands of dollars in college scholarships each year. In more recent years, the American Legion has supported a number of charities to improve the physical and mental health of American citizens and the welfare of our children and victims of national emergencies, such as hurricanes and floods. With the strenuous insistence of the American Legion, the Veterans Administration achieved cabinet-level status in 1989 on the argument that veterans deserve representation at the highest levels of government. I could not agree more. As a Navy veteran and father of a young man currently in service to our country as a Marine, I am thankful for the American Legion and everything it is doing to protect the interests of our military personnel on whom we rely to protect us. On behalf of a grateful nation, I offer my sincere thanks and congratulations to the American Legion on its 100 years of distinguished service to our country. And today, I'm proud to welcome the officers of the Pennsylvania American Legion to the hall of the House. Gentlemen, when I announce your name, please raise your hand. With us, we have State Adjutant Kit Watson, Eastern Vice Commander Craig Wilhelm, and members of the Hartzell-Krauthamel Post number 280, which is located in the 145th Legislative District in Percy, my good friend, my predecessor, and former colleague to many in this room, Commander and former State Representative Paul Clymer. Mr. Ed Snyder. Mr. Ken Detweiler. Mr. David Strauss. Mr. Ted Zajac. And Ted and I are brother knights back home with the Knights of Columbus, so Ted, it's good to see you. Gentlemen, thank you for all that you do, and may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.